Good. Logo.
Ladies and gentlemen, two guys, one dumpster. Oh, can you feel it in your ass? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We got Brian Hernsberger in the house.
Yes, kiss me in my taint, knuckle suckers.
Yeah, I think Fred needs to tune into the channel because we're going to be discussing what he's begging to know.
Yes. Oh, what the circle is still. The seven circles are still.
Now we've
a little throwback too.
We've ran the Seventh Circle of Hell series before, but we're putting a little bit of a twist on this one.
Yes, we are.
But first, welcome everyone. This is the Angry Viking. The other guy,
and this is Wild-Eyed Yeti, and you guys can go suck yourself. I didn't say fucking suck yourself. If you can suck yourself, that's a very good talent there.
you could be standing out at your window, looking in on us, dragging that long ass tongue up and down that window. You ain't getting close. You ain't touching us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I hope you're all enjoying.
We got quite the show today.
Yes, we've had some heartbreaking news. It's been now Brian Hernsberger. Before we get into discussing this, can you hear Yeti Bloodyard? I want to make sure we can hear.
And am I echoing?
Yes.
Because I've had the case of the echoes.
And when he starts to echo, people start to bleed out their assholes, folks.
But I do like because Dr. Tickler gets a cut.
Some might say a cut above the rest.
Yes, all right. Or below, or a cut below.
Indeed. So,
hey, how's it going?
Fucking Fred needs to get his ass involved, you know? Yes, the Yeti
Echo
chamber is open. What? Is he still... No, come on. I need serious fucking bullshit here. Okay? Is he echoing or not? Don't
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
play games with me.
Nope.
We're trying to get this thing resolved. I've got a headset on if you guys can't see. Quit sucking on them knuckles. Dragging them across the pavement.
I got a headset for you.
Now, I'm not sure if you are indeed echoing. I don't know at this point what to do because I've done about everything I can.
Right. I know. It just be delayed. The energy.
Well,
I don't hear it. You don't hear it.
yes, he's echoing. I'm serious when I am not. When am I not?
Okay.
All the fucking time.
We're not. We just need someone besides Blaze.
Okay.
Because we're not getting someone besides Blaze. Let us know.
We're gonna try tweaking this just a little bit. Now, I was tempted to try, what is it called, StreamYard. But I mean, you've got such limited shit you're allowed to do.
Oh, I know. Now, can you hear me now? Can you guys still hear me? I adjusted something on my end.
No, but as I was stating earlier, we had some major losses in the wrestling world as of late.
Right.
We got Caleb in the house. How's it going? Bray Wyatt, which was kind of a shocking one to me. 36 years old and suffering a heart attack, something that was brought on by, exacerbated by COVID a year ago. And then a true legend in Terry Funk.
Yeah, so I know that was one Terry Funk, but that guy was
okay.
Was he 79?
He's saying he's got to turn me way up. Okay, let's see. Okay, tell me how that sounds, Blaze. If you want me to yell into my microphone, everyone's kind of used to me doing that on RWO. Like, goddamn.
Right. Yeah, and Terry Funk, what a career.
It was like. What was it? 50
lengthy
years,
career.
Over 50 years in the wrestling business.
Right.
And he finally retired in 2017. Full-time
retirement. Yes.
I don't know how long he's suffering from dementia.
I think probably last part of the few years he was, finally. Yeah.
It's pretty heartbreaking seeing our legends pass away, and you got to say that two of the greatest minds, one with the hardcore, bringing that to the forefront in wrestling, and none other than Terry Funk was the best at it.
Right.
And then
pretty much you could say he kind of innovated it, if not invented it, you want to say. Yeah.
Okay, can someone tell me if Yeti's still echoing, because I am tweaking here and trying to get things going proper.
Right. Yes. Yeah, no, I don't know. Right. 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 Oh, no, what the heck? You can't hear me? Let's see. What is going on? Yes. Yes. Yep. So if I don't echo, we can. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So.
Okay.
And then we shut Pete the hell up.
It's probably the best way to shut me up at this point.
Yeah.
Now, I know you followed Terry Funk a lot more than I did. And I won't take anything away from the man because, like, what he did for the business and the people that he's helped alone.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, he was pushed. He helped a lot of people, gave a lot of people a push, and one of those was a true wrestler. Never really was in the spotlight. Wasn't a main eventer.
yeah,
Should have been, but you know. But for him, it was like if you look at his earlier work before his later work when he got into ECW and then some of the independent, deathmatch type stuff, he was a tough SOB, and that comes from he came from his father owned a wrestling territory in Texas, so
yeah.
that's where that's where that started, and in that Texas area, that's where they did have the hardcore matches where they got a little more color or bled more. So that's where he got out of. But that was it was quite a legacy, and then Dory Funk, his brother, and then of course he also teamed up with Cowboy Bob Orton. There
Indeed, he
was
did.
that was, and of course, and that's where he was considered a godfather to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's the lineage there.
I did try something. I hope you guys can hear me better now. Hoping that's the case because this is frustrating beyond belief. But I'm trying, folks. I'm trying.
Right.
Bray Wyatt, though, that was a shocker. Like, I think everyone
Yeah.
knew that he had been sick for a while.
Right.
No echo from Yeti and a little better Pete, but still kind of low, but better. Okay, let me see. Where the fuck are we?
Well, is that how the women like you? Is that how your women like you? A little low and better.
Just a little bit low. They like it low.
Okay, there we go. I think they like it low and slow. That's the way to go, and that's how you make them juices flow. Oh, I'm rhyming. It's
Oh,
timing.
hells no. He
Oh.
started rhyming, folks.
Well,
Started
you know what?
rhyming.
You guys haven't had this. I gave you 3 weeks respite from this. Oh, and I did say respite. What a fancy word to use.
What
Go look it up, people. I
motherfucker thing to
I
do,
ain't your
using
dictionary.
Such a word for these people. Like, they're not even going to understand half of that. What you just said.
Well, they can go look it up because that's how you educate yourself. I tell you, you won't remember it. So go look it up in Wikipedia or whatever shitty ass social ass thing you use. I doubt they would know what a dictionary is.
All right, you know what?
And no, it's not where you draw pictures with your dick. That's a different kind of game. You sick bastards. What? You heard of Pictionary and then there's Dictionary. Yeah, it's a totally different game.
Now, how much of Terry Funk's career did you follow when he went to Japan?
Japan. I didn't really follow too much of it. I was just mostly known as his early indie work. I'm not. I mean his early Georgia wrestling and all that. Japan, back then we didn't. You had to read about it, but I didn't really follow that deeply. As far as reading the magazines and that.
Yeah. I did
But
that
he,
for
yeah,
my
but
main
he
part
did.
too. Like back in the day, that's how I stayed in touch with wrestling. Was I would literally go
Right.
to like a shopping center where they got the big magazine rack
Yeah.
and pick out
Yeah.
all the
Pro Wrestling
mags.
Illustrated,
Yeah,
PWI. Yeah.
and I'd sit there right on the ground and read them all and get in trouble every time from the
Right.
workers. You're not supposed to be reading that
Yeah.
shit. How's it going, Brian Hillipper?
Right.
Um,
Hey, how's it going? A silver bullet.
and it. I made sure I read every damn thing I could, because one,
Right.
we grew up without cable, you know,
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
and two, the only way we got to watch wrestling was when my dad was watching it because he loved the shit.
Right. Right.
And usually he was out partying, and like back then wrestling wasn't always on cable. You just had to have the right channel that you could watch it on.
Yep.
And
Usually he was trolling ditch pigs, wasn't he?
yeah, Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yes, and that's
I literally had no clue what the hell was going on in WCW until I was
right.
about 16 years old.
Yeah, that's usually when cable really hit.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't that. My
No,
my uncle and my cousins preferred
right,
WCW over
right,
WWE. So I got to
right,
see some of Terry Funk's matches there. I've been watching some on YouTube recently after his passing.
right,
It's like just
right.
that nostalgia bit.
Oh yeah, the belt matches, the strap matches they had.
Yeti's real
Oh, good.
loud and Pete is real low. Well, fuck you.
Well, well, it should be that way
Yeah,
because what I say has gravitas.
gravitas, huh? Gravitas.
Go look that up too, people.
Yeah.
Go
I
look
think
that.
you
Go
got
look that up.
I think you got something stuck in your coccyx. Okay. Does
Yeah,
this
your mom.
does this make it any better for you folks? Um,
Yes.
Bray Wyatt, what was he? 3-time world champion?
Yeah, world champion.
Yeah.
Uh,
In my eyes, I think those reigns could have been much longer for him, but at the same time, there was always that backstage issue with him because of the creative mind he had.
yeah, right. And I think WWE know how to work with that. You know,
Awesome.
because
Okay.
yeah, because how Vince was. He just went by what worked in the past and what he knew would
Well,
work.
and it
And
wasn't just
what
that.
Bray was doing was totally different. Yeah.
He would despise the wrestlers that got over on their own. And with a mind like Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda, whatever you want to call him, you don't need writers. That guy tells his own story. So, with a guy like Vince, where he likes to mold his own wrestlers and say, this is who you're supposed to like and this is what they're supposed to be, that goes against his grain.
Right. Yes. So to him, it was unknown to what was known to make money. And that's what, and that's how, so that was an old way of, old way of thinking, and with someone else, and Vince not knowing if it'll work or not, and would not, would not risk it. I think, and that's why he was held back a lot.
Yeah. And to me, that's. I would have loved to have seen his mind in a different organization to really see what that mind could create for the fans. And now
Right.
we'll never be able to witness it. That's the sad thing, because the fans gave him the credit he deserved.
Right. Well, because he could hold you with a story.
Exactly. There's not very many minds out there in the wrestling world that could actually do that.
Right.
Like,
And and just get into character, and he was believable when he was Bray Wyatt, and he would talk and tell and spin a yarn about the Wyatt family. It drew you in. You listened.
Blaze is asking, there are a lot of people calling for Bo to keep portraying Uncle Howdy on air to keep the story going. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. That's up to Bo Dallas.
I would say it's up to Bo, but
I don't know if you want.
I'll add.
I don't know.
I'll add this to it. There's only one mind like Bray Wyatt.
Right.
And we all know if Bo Dallas would continue to portray Uncle Howdy, Vince McMahon and his writing and his ideologies would be going into that character.
Right.
It would not be what Bray could concoct.
Envision it.
The vision, and we've seen Bo, and I don't know how creative Bo is, seen as he's been trapped in the WWE system.
Right.
I would really love to.
Just recently coming back because he was released.
Yeah, like I would love to see that man step out away from the
Just
whole.
step out of it, maybe do something. He could do something. It doesn't have to be on Quad, but he could do something along the Wyatt family type. You know, as a kind of a tribute, but in his own way, make it his own.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best way. And I think trying to do an unfinished story that can't be finished with Uncle Howdy, because that's part of a bigger plan.
Yeah.
We never got to see that.
No.
No,
like we never got to see the full story unfold, and we never will. I don't think it should be someone else's mind throwing it out there. Now, Blaze was saying, he hopes Bray had enough written down that they could maybe do a documentary or a movie on some of his ideas, and I like that.
Right.
But what happens when they do a documentary or a movie? It isn't all based on fact. They twist it so it looks better for the movie or the documentary.
Right.
Either the documentary paints a bad light on the character when it shouldn't,
or
or the movie
or
twists.
the way it's edited, or what they'll do is like the person may be saying something and they'll edit to make it sound like it's bad.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of because because the context of what someone's saying can be edited out where it told them something. The producer, the editor can make that look how they want to look.
Now I did witness. I shouldn't say witness. I did watch something tonight, and I want to thank Sean over on Monstar Wrestling and Entertainment for posting that link. It is a Netflix series coming up called The Wrestlers, and it is all about OVW.
Oh yeah.
I am itching to see that.
Yes.
Oh
yeah, me too. Because that was what a talent pool came out of OVW.
Yeah, you got like Batista, John Cena, like Randy Orton.
Yes.
But I never watched any OVW. You actually in recent months started sending me links to check it out.
Links to OVW. When Batista was Leviathan.
As well as after Al Snow took over and bought it out.
Yeah, Al Snow. Oh yeah, Al Snow. Al Snow currently runs, and I like what he's doing with it.
Yeah.
He's carrying on the the tradition of it.
No, I'm really interested in watching that. Now, just kind of blanked out there. Sorry about that. I was thinking about something and it just got lost as it was going to spit it out there and I blanked. So I do apologize. Now, we've got All In coming out tomorrow.
Right.
Big Wembley Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Big Wembley Stadium. I don't know.
80,000 plus.
The last minute booking, the last minute storylines to throw in there.
Right.
It made very little sense to me why they would do this. This is supposed to be their biggest event of the year. It's supposed to be their WrestleMania.
Right. I think they might. I'm just gonna wait and see because I think.
How's it going, Walter?
I think. Yep. And I think. I just think I'm just gonna wait and see if they're doing a little different, and we're just going feeding off what the media and the dirt sheets are saying. So we're getting kind of.
Well, I have no idea. I have no doubt it's going to be good. It's just I think it could have felt a whole lot bigger.
Right.
If there would have been proper planning, and at this point it looked like it was last minute decisions all the way around, a lot, and we're getting used to that kind of style of booking.
You're right. Yes.
It's no longer the days where, say, we'll take WrestleMania for example.
Right.
As soon as the WrestleMania is over, you already have the booker decided, okay, this is the guy I want to headline the next WrestleMania. And then it starts unfolding throughout the year how it's going to build up to that moment. We don't have that anymore.
No. It's just that different. It's just that I think we're going to a new era of wrestling, you know.
Yeah. Now, I only caught half of Collision today, and I've been noticing this trend going on. The main event, for the most part, is multi-man tag team matches.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that style of booking? It just...
So, yeah, I think maybe they're trying to the multi-man. I've never been a fan of. I love tag. When you go into the 3-on-3, the 4-on-4, then I just think it becomes a jumble and a mess. Yeah.
Tonight it was another 4-on-4.
But I think that was done because of
well, it was a setup leading in, like everyone at the end, like Samoa Joe attacking CM Punk, Hook going after Jungle Boy, all the way around. It was a setup. I get that.
So that's probably why it was done.
But it's for the most part almost every show as of late, and I'm saying almost. I'm not saying every.
No.
It comes off very lazy to me.
Yeah. As they say, lazy booking.
Yeah, but it was also a very rushed.
Maybe it's a way in the short time frame to get everyone their camera time.
Yeah.
I think that's what it mainly is. Everyone gets their.
I'm a huge Chris Statlander fan. I think she's got the perfect look. I think she's got the ability to be a great champion. She needs to take some kind of lessons to better her mic skills, because tonight's promo sucked balls. I get it. I get it. She's a mama. Proud of it.
Right.
Mama's going to take you upstairs by the ear and give you a timeout.
Oh, she can give me a timeout.
She can give any guy a timeout, but I mean, like...
I'll give her a time in.
As a child, I knew when my dad was coming at me, I was done for.
Right.
But I knew for a matter of fact I could outrun my mama, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That your mama knows where you sleep.
Yes, that was the problem. You get hungry.
Yes, they know.
You get hungry.
You're gonna be hungry. You gotta come home. Yes.
And you gotta go to bed.
Yep.
And so you'd get caught regardless, but that's a child.
Right.
As a full-grown adult, someone walked up to me and wanted to grab me by the ear, drag my sorry ass up the stairs. There better be only one reason if it's a woman doing it, and that's to spank my monkey. That's I'm good with that.
Right.
Some guy did that to me. I'd put his ass down so fucking quick.
You want some guy to spank your monkey?
No, I don't want no guy. I mean, a guy grabbed me by the ear to lead me upstairs for a timeout.
Right.
I put that some bitch down hard.
Right.
So
And wet.
the threat. It just there was a better way for her to go.
Well, but I think the whole mama poppy, is just kind of overdone now.
Yeah. And she's going to grow into her own. I have no doubt about it.
Right. Now, who's using Miami is what Rhea Ripley, so you're trying to tie into that. Yeah.
We got Deacon in the house. How's it going, Deacon?
Hey, Deacon.
Deacon is a newcomer to the RWO. We'll be seeing his arrival shortly. Big storylines being dropped there. Interesting, though. Myself, Mr. Bloodyard here, and one Fred Starr had an exceptional, precarious, perhaps dangerous Hell in a Cell.
Yes, as only I could dream of. No, I'm just kidding.
And
No, I'm just kidding.
a man that he's won a few titles here in the RWO, but they were short-lived
Right.
reigns.
Right.
And they were mid-card to lower card titles.
Right. And you could just see the jealousy just grinding away inside of them, as I see it.
We got Matt Storm in the house as well. Welcome, everyone.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
the match aside, to have Fred Starr win
Yes.
that title, I was fucking proud of the guy.
Yes.
Because he's been with us
Oh, yeah.
almost from day one.
Yes.
You know?
You know,
And
yep, and then we formed the Angry Naked Asshole League.
and
Yeah.
we've had our fun. We've had our fun with it.
Yes.
I think we could have had
Yeah.
a lot more fun. But
Oh yeah.
we can't constantly be a two-man power trip.
No.
You know, it just doesn't work that way
Right.
24/7. We
Yeah.
get tired. We need to get some sleep.
Yes.
You know, little Fred Starr and little Joey Green, you know, they kind of dropped the ball earlier on.
Oh yeah. They kind of went. You know, where'd you go?
But Freddie
Fred,
Boy,
you know, he's so short you can miss him. You know.
Freddie
I
Boy,
think he's a little bit. I think he's 2 inches short. I think he's 2 inches shorter than Booger. Yeah. You know,
Freddie
so
Starr
he always comes up short.
popping up on both of us in that Hell in a Cell, walking away with the Wasteland
Right.
title. That,
Oh yeah.
I believe, was
Oh,
excellent. And I'm happy
Yes.
because,
Yes.
like you, the Angry Viking, Fred
Right.
Starr, we've been tag team partners, we've been champions, we've had our fun.
How long? Undefeated. Undefeated.
Yeah.
You know, we went out undefeated.
We did. And
Yeah.
you know, it's good to have a guy like Fred retire you. And that,
Maybe retire you.
well, he retired me, yes.
Yes.
Now, there's been bubblings going on in this cauldron we call the Wasteland. You
Right.
two been at each other's throat for some time, and I'm getting into private
Right.
discussions here, folks. So excuse me that you
Right.
don't know
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on.
Going on. Yes. This is what's been happening behind.
Now,
In the tavern. In the tavern. It's closed.
I'm gonna go
yeah.
head to head with Yeti here. I'm gonna do a bit of a hot seat kind of interview. No planning,
Right.
nothing. We're shooting from the hip here, bro. Going straight up on
Shoot from the
Fred.
ass.
Going straight up on Fred Starr.
Right.
Now, you said something to me, and you also related to Fred private conversations, I'm telling you, folks,
Yes.
that you technically did not lose the match, and you technically did not lose the title.
No.
It's all about
Well, you know.
stipulations and rules that you would not have set for that match.
Right. No. Because, he kind of, he set it up in a three-way. It wasn't a mono-on-mono for the title. We had these stipulations, and he called out you, wanted to retire you, then he wanted me in a three-way dance.
Yes.
And, of course,
And
you saw when I did my title one-on-one, what I do to my opponents. Look what happened to poor Bill Haight.
now
You blink
differences
and you miss that match.
difference aside between you and I, you've been
Yes.
on an exceptional run. Undefeated as tag team champions, undefeated as the Wasteland champion in your eyes.
Yes.
The rules
'Cause I-
of the match, however,
Right.
you are no longer the Wasteland champion.
Right. But that's the only way you can. That was the only way he could take the title away from me, not one-on-one, but in a multi-man match.
Now, question for you
Where,
is
yes.
Freddie Boy getting a little bit cocky here, because he does, and he has stated in
Yeah.
private conversations, he does want a one-on-one with you. But,
Yes.
But you,
yeah, but what's he talking about? It's not just for his. He wants he wants me to put my career on the line. He wants me to retire, and that comes at a price.
and your
'Cause I
price,
decide.
and your price is in
Yes.
your eyes. You've decided that it should be done within the setting of the 7 circles of steel.
Yes, a throwback to our
Big Dog Wrestling days, yes.
Yes, and that's where we're going. Little history because I like to bring respect, but I want to include instead of passing the title to an old guy like me. Why don't we just start passing the torch to who's going to be ruling?
But
The
does
wasteland.
Yeti truly want to pass the torch?
You know what? Look what I've been doing with the title. How many titles have I won? How many times have I won? I can take a title at will when I want to. What left do I have to prove? I have my sons. I have my daughters. I have my nieces and my nephews. That I think it's time for them to shine.
So what you're saying is you're setting up your offspring to take control over the Bloodyard crew.
Yes, it's time.
Now,
Yes.
in your eyes, what is the 7 circles of steel?
7 circles still is what we say is. It's going to be a gauntlet. Fred's going to have to go through the gauntlet, and I will be the last match.
So you are the ultimate
And it's
boss
gonna-
in this scenario.
I'm the ultimate boss, but in one show, one setting, he has to go through a gauntlet.
Now, does he have to
And
win every single match? Because there's only one man that has been close to reigning over what used to be known as the 7 circle of hell. And
Right.
that was none other than Bill Haight. 6
Yes.
out of 7.
Right.
And are
Well,
you...
I'll let you decide, Pete, since it is your show. But I just set up the framework.
The framework has been laid. It is my
Yes.
decision what the matches will
What you
entail.
want it-
The story within
Yes.
this rinky-dink, harebrained, dumb-ass scenario you have concocted to make
Yes.
yourself more important than you have ever been.
I've always been important, but you know what? This is my legacy to the wasteland. So if you want to take down the Yeti, then you're gonna have there's obstacles. I've had to go through obstacles in my time in the wasteland between the Savior, the multi-man, being attacked by the Savior, by Leviathan, by the multitude of people who wanted to come over here and control the wasteland.
Well,
And guess who stands supreme? Guess who stands supreme?
speaking of
Guess who stood
this,
supreme? Yes.
these powers looking to take over the wasteland. Now, I don't know what's going on out there in the wasteland. It has become a treacherous place, and it's always been a bit treacherous.
Oh yeah, but it's kind of like the Wild West Company.
We
I mean, you've seen the history. We've got the Redeemer. I think we got a little glimpse of what is his plans.
we've
His
yes,
history from 10 years ago.
we've been gathering rumors about this man, Heinrich
And I
Heinen. Heinen?
Heinrich Heinemann.
Heinen or
And
Hyman?
he's Heinemann.
Heinemann.
Heinemann. Yes.
I'm fucking you up, and I
Heinemann.
apologize.
I don't know, but this guy has a vengeance because, as you know, that his town was attacked by vampires, as you read,
Yes.
and the vampires killed his family. He had to burn down his town. because he sees it as he sees the vampirism as an infection, as a disease, and he must cleanse the wasteland of it. And he's been going, and there were tales of him going from town to town, village along the wasteland, eradicating the vampires.
Or so
if he's gonna make.
he believes. He
Yeah.
could just be out of his freaking gourd.
Well, what the vengeance, the pain. This guy went through, seeing his daughter, his son, his wife being ravaged by these vampires,
Well,
and wandering in the wasteland with that hatred and that, what does that do to a man? And now he's formed himself in this persona as the Redeemer, thinking he's going to save the wasteland for mankind and bring the Outlands or the Outer Wilds to prominence.
well,
That's just right here. I don't know what you've heard about this guy, but that's what is coming through the underground.
I don't know what I'm supposed to believe about this guy. Now,
Yeah.
there's been talk and there's been rumored the downfall of Warrior Nation. Mysterious circumstances surrounding that. We haven't gotten full news on that. A man
Right.
chasing down vampires, however. You gotta believe
Right.
he's been slapped one too many times in the teeth. And they've rattled to
Yeah,
the point
yes.
where his brain is jello.
Yes.
And vampires. It's
I know.
like Demented has come back into the wasteland and fucked
Yeah.
around again. And I will not stand for it.
Yes, vampire. Also, I know a freaking blood sucking whatever. I got something they can suck. It ain't blood. Damn bats. Bat breath.
It's a lot of interesting stuff going down. We've got this meathead out there, this cross-eyed, drool dribbling,
Right.
taint sucking, drag them knuckles across the pavement and hope to God he just doesn't enter your town.
Oh God, yeah. So if he
Oh,
doesn't enter the wasteland,
God.
oh my God.
A one-man band, so to speak. Mr. Demon Head.
Yes.
You know?
He gives demons head. He gives demons head. Oh my God.
Oh, he's probably been
I
given
think
a
he
lot of
probably
head
was,
to
yeah.
get fucking
Yeah.
performances in some of these nations around here. Now,
Yeah,
I happen to be
yeah.
traveling through the underground the first time I heard this sumbitch sing. If you can call it singing. That'd be like saying,
Yeah.
I've got a voice of a fucking angel.
He's got the voice of something.
This guy
He makes
had
me
my...
sound like Pavarotti. You know what? He makes me sound like Pavarotti. I heard that. That's pretty good.
Ain't gonna have none of it.
Yeah.
None of it. But I will say he's proven to be a very exceptional grappler within that ring. He's got 2 wins under his belt. He's taken on every opponent thrown at him. And now, this Damien Shaw from across the border. Those people that were blockaded from being, just around us. He walks
I
in.
mean, from the outer wild, the out wild.
Now, he came in like a firecracker, took the hardcore title away from Wolf Tirgaviste,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Yes.
well, we had a little bit of a to-do here in the office, and I thought it was time to turn
Mhm.
things up a little bit. We're revamping things. We're doing
Yes.
one show a week. We don't need 50 fucking titles. So
Oh,
we
no.
needed to kind of do a merger. Well,
Yes.
he's a little bit upset, and I can understand it. And I tried sending him over to the Giddies to get some kind of remedy to,
Right.
soothe them hemorrhoids he's been suffering from.
Right.
But I decided to be, I gotta prove I'm still an asshole around here. And so he'll be going up against 3 opponents. And if he can win all 3, he'll be able to face D-Train for the Pillar to Post title. A new title that has just been entered.
Oh, yeah.
But we've also got...
Is that the PP title?
But we've also got no tag team champions. Now, the women, that will be resolved. And that's coming up Monday. So it could be Fred Starr's very own daughters, Red and Lolian Star, going up against the Bad Girls. Yeah, Lolian, or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce it.
Whatever. Yeah, it'd take a drunken Viking bastard to come up with a name like that.
Now, I know it's going to be impossible to find tag team champions with the standards we have set forth here in the Wasteland. There ain't no better than the likes of the Angry Viking and Yeti when they put their two fucking meatheads together.
The angry assholes, as we are. Supreme.
But therein lies the challenge, finding worthy tag teams. So we're going to have to do a bit of a tournament.
Tournament, yeah. Tournaments.
And we got those snake oil selling dirtbags out there that are just itching for that gold. I'm talking about Slake and Drex Giddy.
Yep.
These two have been chased out of more nations, more towns, more cities for selling and peddling that garbage that they call remedies and
dumpster
cures.
Juice? Oh no, they got dumpster. They're selling dumpster juice. Oh wait, they make what they're selling makes dumpster juice like Perrier or Dom Perignon.
Yeah.
Would you like some? I have some dumpster juice right here. You want to try some?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, come on. I got it right here.
No. It sounds like you need to drain your lizard. I want no part of it. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got some homemade stuff as well. I just don't have it near me.
Yeah, there we go. Ha.
And then you've got Ruthless Inc. And
Ruthless Inc.
You know they're going to want to get involved in this tag team tournament.
Right.
Minerva still holds the Pillar to Post title that she has merged with 4 others.
Oh, the PP title.
She will be facing your niece in Zoe Bloodyard.
Oh, Zoe.
Because Zoe still holds 2 Ruthless titles that need to be merged with that Pillar to Post title.
Right. And Zoe probably the most vicious of 2.
I get it. She's a hard ass. She's vicious. She's a little bit fucking twisted upstairs. Maybe a few nuts shy of completing that round.
What do you expect from the DNA of Meanie and Drago? Oh my
god. But you've got Minerva.
Yeah.
And we all know Minerva stands the test of times. #dem thighs. And I'm telling you, man, I don't have faith in Zoe Doom being able to do fuck
the
all.
Rock of the Aged. The Rock of the Aged is what you called her, Minerva? The Rock of the Aged?
No, I did not call her the Rock of the what?
The Aged Rock. The Aged Rock.
See, you're going back to trying to get me in trouble. I ain't having none of it.
What? Well, I know that's what you heard on the that's what I was looking at the script you wrote and your notes.
There's a script now.
Penciled in the Aged Rock.
There's a script now?
I'm right here what you wrote down.
The only piece of paper I have in front of me.
Aged Rock.
It has the women within the tag team tournament. And that is all. There is no fucking script, and I looked for you.
I looked what you wrote right. I like what you wrote down. It said Minerva, Aged Rock.
You're making this unpleasant for me all over again.
Hashtag old thighs.
You're making this unpleasant for me again.
I'm just, you know what?
I'm going to have Evie's crooky finger going at me again, and God knows what Minerva's going to do to me if she even believes half of what you say is true.
Trust me, you can believe me. I would not steer anybody wrong.
There's going to come a point.
The Wild-Eyed Yeti.
There's going to come a point. There's only room enough in this dumpster for one of us.
Right.
I will fight you. It doesn't need to be in RWO. I will fight you, and I will fucking make sure you are out of this dumpster.
No, don't worry. You know what? This dumpster was built by me. Oh, but you know what? If I get kicked out, I'll make sure that Booger Ray moves in with you.
I will say,
you can show the dumpster.
I was impressed with the reemergence of Giroff and his fellow pack members, Rika and the Unnamed. Actually, it's the Unnamed, and I do apologize. Fred Starr's daughters going head-to-head for those tag titles. Not the Bad Girls, but Fred Starr's daughters, as well as the pack. Giroff defeating Bill Haight. A hard-fought match.
Right.
Very interesting. I at quite a few instances, I thought Bill had the match in hand.
Right.
But from one Ruthless Inc. member who took a very bad loss, and it's probably sitting a little bit, on the bad side of the tracks for him, we move to Griffith Davian, the Immortal, and Drago Doom in the first Hell in a Cell of the night.
Yes.
Talk about fucking ugly.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about your brother-in-law here.
Yeah, well, that's Drago.
It was a hard-hitting match. Now, Drago Doom, you could say he had this match in the bag at the outset, as long as they were in that cell. But once they broke loose and up on top, I swear he tapped about 20 times to Griffith Davian. And you got to be thankful, as one half of the leaders of the BYC, that tap outs and pinfalls don't count on top of the cell.
Right. Well, how many times did Griff tapped out too up there?
There's about 5 times he tapped, but I mean Drago tapped like a whore getting it fed in the ass.
Oh, you know what? But you see, he didn't get that submission where it counted. Think about it. Whose choice was it to take it out to the top?
True, it was Griff. Yes, it was. Now,
for strategy.
The best spot in that match, I have to say this, the choke toss through the top of the cell. I'm not talking about a choke slam. I'm talking about that big red-skinned motherfucker grabbing this man around the throat and heaving him across the cell.
Down. So, yes.
Down and out. Like, damn.
Yep.
None could say it better than Ron Simmons. But damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
yes.
It hurt something fierce. Drago Doom defeating the Immortal. And this was a match that would allow Griffith Davian to get perhaps a semblance of revenge for being incarcerated within the Wasteland Penitentiary for many years.
Laid down the law. Yeah, but the warden laid down the law.
He did more than fucking lay down the law. He dropped that some bitch on his head.
Execution. He channeled old Sparky and laid the execution down.
Well, goddamn, I think he needs to put old Sparky away because he's gonna break someone's fucking body.
What? He hasn't already.
But we had a really good show. I enjoyed it, I can't wait to get a little bit more into it. as in at least 2 shows a week. But right now, I do apologize for those listening, those that watch later on. I've got time for one show a week.
Yes. Well, that's good. You know,
Yeah.
you do you do what you do have to do.
There is a lot going on in the real world, and I'm trying to lay down as much story behind what is going on. And I want to thank those that are getting involved in the chat, in the Skype chat, all the stories that they're laying down. The Takeover Warrior Nation, I don't want to get involved with it too much until more is revealed that is not just leading into their arrival. I want them to allow that story to unfold before us, and everyone understands what is going on before I start to really report on that. I can tell you the plans are interesting. I enjoy the reads, not just from them, but we've got others trying. And that's all I like. I love it that they are trying.
Yeah.
Ripper's out there trying to get everyone to understand and get to know who Eddie Victor is. I keep on wanting to say Eddie Vedder, and I swear he added Victor in there just to fuck with my fucking mind.
Was it Eddie Weiner?
We've got more people arriving within the Wasteland to fill the roster.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want to get to know these characters well. I want to be able to tell their story when we are live on Pillar to Post here. Not just doing what we do here, but in the chat as well as when we are live with the RWO shows. A lot of creativeness goes into what we're doing here in RWO, and the more that you are putting in, the more you're going to get back. And I see a lot of potential for the characters I'm seeing and that are coming. So...
Oh, they're coming.
Oh, yeah. Well, Yeti went and whipped his coccyx out, and now everyone's coming. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. Why wouldn't you?
Now, I do
It's
apologize,
fine.
people. I know you people hate it when I do this, but...
You smoke, you choke,
yeah.
you toke.
It's been a frustrating couple of days here in the real world, and I was trying to hold back today. I didn't want to smoke while we were live. And I do apologize. I know some are hating it. I have gone out of my way to cut down. I am slowing down. I am trying to get to the point where I can just walk away from the habit. It's not an easy habit to kick.
Yeah, especially when you're a butt sucker, it's hard to quit sucking butts. So go ahead and suck the butt. On that.
There's a lot coming to RWO, and eventually I will need 2 shows a week. So I don't want anyone to get discouraged that I'm not putting in enough effort. I hope no one ever thinks that. I sit here every day. I write for about 4 hours straight, and that isn't just for RWO. That is everything that I'm working on. I've got a Bill Haight short story coming out this year. It will be featured in Korogatu number 9, brought to us by none other than Mark Malero. It's a collaboration of short stories by many authors, all revolving around horror or suspense. I'm going straight up blood and guts for it because it's Bill Haight. I'm also working on stories for an upcoming Wasteland series that I plan on doing. I've also got 2 other books that are in the works. On top of that, I'm working on a truck that's given me nothing but heartache. So I want everyone to understand I try all the time. That is why I've been writing so much for RWO. And that is why I at least try once a week to get you guys a show. This is bonus time. This is 12:55 in the AM my time. And I love doing this with Yeti.
Yes.
And
he requires me to wear clothing. I would rather do the sneak.
Well, dude, okay, you popped up on the camera in your birthday suit, and I told you then and there, ain't happening again.
What? Oh, I was going to show you my ventriloquist act because my,
But yes, the Bill
Hey,
Hate
you're talking out of your ass. Go here, let me show you.
the Bill
You
Hate
didn't enjoy that.
the Bill Hate story is completely blood and guts. It's going to be gory. It's going to be ugly. And I've said it before, and I made this reference. He's going to make Negan from Walking Dead look like a fucking punk bitch. That is the extent I'm going with the Bill Hate story. A lot of thoughts going into it, and a lot of what I know of the character is going into it, but amplified. Because you Wastelanders be soft.
Yes, they are. Bunch of knuckle suckers. Dumb targets. Ninnies. No, I mean, I'm just gonna have the dumpster juice now.
Yeah. Now,
I've heard it.
I think everyone that has been really going at it, Drum Monkey, I'm helping him out a lot, and one of the ideas I had, because he is, everyone knows his manager isn't well, and we've got another dear friend, and I think everyone loves this guy, Cowboy John.
Yes.
This guy's got such a big fucking heart, and I know Drum Monkey does as well.
Yeah, yes.
So I want you guys to do me a favor. You guys reach out to them if they've got a channel. Post a comment in one of their videos. Wish them to feel better if you got them on Skype.
Yep.
Give them some encouragement. Keep them going.
Right.
Cowboy John, I look at him as like a little brother to me. And to hear the things he's going through right now, it breaks my heart a bit. And I'm hoping for the best for him. I want him to have a long and hopefully a healthier life moving forward.
Right. Yes.
If it's in his control.
Right.
And I look at Drum Monkey
Right.
the same way. I'm hoping for the same for him.
Right.
But
Right.
because of the issues that some people do have, I want to bring back the manager role for the RWO.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That way, when a person needs the help, this manager can be that help that they need. And I'll even go so far as I'll allow others to portray these managers in order to help these people. So that way, when they don't have a voice for their character, their manager can. You know, this manager voice can be that help to them, and it'll help with the storylines within the Skype chat, and build things up as on the side when someone isn't up to par and able to keep up with what's going on in the RWO. I think it's a nice idea to use, and I hope that people are acceptable to it and wanting to get involved.
Right.
You know, it's and I want to do that for these guys because I know what it's like to be sick. I know what it's like to be crawling my ass to the bathroom when the days are bad, or feeling like shit is just pulling you under and you're drowning. You know, I know that feeling all too well, and I struggle with it almost every day. And that's why I've told people when I'm having a hard day, make sure you guys talk to someone, because it does help. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is. Talk to someone. It helps. And you've been that for me a few times. Quite a few times, brother.
Yes.
And I appreciate
Right.
the amount you have had to listen to and help me through.
No. You know, because that's what I'm here for. And you know, all joking aside, if you ever just need to talk, and people know this, I don't judge. I just listen. And I'll give you some encouragement, maybe some advice, but you know, it's that's what we're here for.
Well, you double-crossing motherfucker. You fucking... You shit on me all the fucking time.
Oh yeah.
The hell?
Oh,
No, I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Yes.
but you know,
In all
that helps you,
seriousness.
you know. But you know, the reason why Pete's been gone, because he's been with Ditch Pig and since Washington. They've been knocking uglies and buglies and fuglies, you know.
Well,
Don't come knocking.
It's all well and good until you drown in a monstrous, gangrenous pussy. You know what I'm saying?
You hear their butt cheeks slapping as they're riding the old wall train.
Now, I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. At least for me, Yeti has frozen right the fuck up, but it's all good.
Am I frozen again? Yes.
They still see your pretty face, brother.
I know. That's all that counts.
Yeah, and we
it's
all
probably a little bit of it's probably a little bit of lag, a little bit of drag.
We all know Blaze gets turned on by that pretty face of yours.
Yes, I know. That mustache.
Now, when can we expect to see the Evil Circus returning?
The Underground Circus should be coming. Probably, I'm going to say, beginning of September.
You've been a busy man yourself, so I understand that you've needed some time away as well.
Yes. Time away, yeah. Mostly with work with my schedule. You know, I put in 12-hour shifts, sometimes 14-hour shifts. And so when I get home, I just, barely have time to,
masturbate,
unwind. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll do that for you live if you want.
No. You keep it in your pants, bro. Please.
I'll do it. I'll do it live, man. I'll stroke it. I'll smoke it.
I'll even let you toke it. You want to toke on the Yeti dong?
Now, I'd like to know if there's anything that the viewers out there that are a part of the RWO, if there's anything they'd like to see come into what we do here in the Skype chat here on the channel, as well as the storyline wise. Now, we on the one episode we did review a couple of matches. I want to get back into that. Today, for me, was getting back into the routine of going live Saturday morning for me. And
yes.
The idea we were playing with is actually bringing a video in to the show and playing that wrestling match instead of me sitting there and calling the entire match, on my own that I've, reviewed, and I enjoyed it, but it does get a little bit long, so I don't want to bore anyone. That's the thing. So if you guys like to see us bring in actual matches, and I'm not talking about matches that happened yesterday, I'm not talking about matches that happened last week. I'm talking about matches from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s.
Yes. And what we're talking about is turning off the commentary from, and do our own commentary to the match.
Exactly. I think it'd be fucking fantastic.
That'd be great. And then, and so we'd be calling it like we were announcing the match for the first time. We could play it that way and put our take on it.
I think that'd be a wonderful thing to do, and see what kind of things we could come up with. Now, I've had experience with this in the past. I way back when I first started doing YouTube, I teamed up with another channel, and this happened behind the scenes. He wanted to test my abilities to do commentary.
Right.
And he goes, "This is the worst match I've ever come across." And I believed him after I watched a couple of minutes of it. 2 300+ pound behemoths. The slowest, the worst wrestling you can think of went down before my very eyes. The match lasted maybe 5 minutes. It was a rinky-dink indie show. And he goes, "Can you make this sound interesting?" And after that is when I went full hardcore into Big Dog Wrestling and RWO. What about copyrights? I think if we have the volume down, I think we are able to do something like this.
Yes.
I just lost my extra lighting.
Yeah.
If I went dark on you, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I took the Trump complexion away.
Right.
You
want to get that orange glow again?
Yeah. The copyright, I believe, I think if we mute what's going down on the video itself, I think that'll save us a lot of heartache. But if you look out on YouTube, there's been a lot of people posting videos of old wrestling matches. I think if we go old enough, it's not such a problem with the copyright.
And we also put on there that we don't own or
exactly. We will ensure
make
that
any money. And put a disclaimer and give credit to the we got the source. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we
can't say like it's our own original. We can't have the appearance of it as our own original content. Yeah.
Well, we're not going in the realm of WWE. I think we're going to stay away from WWE videos or WWF. Right. I think there's plenty out there, and if Cactus Jack and Terry Funk in a Japanese death match, that would be a good one to review.
Right.
You got two of the hardcore gods going to war. That would be a good one.
Yep.
Also, guys like Ox Baker.
That'd be a great one.
What was it?
Abdullah the Butcher.
Yes, Abdullah. Brody Lee. There's many legends out there.
Yeah, Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruiser Brody.
Oh, I said Brody Lee, didn't I? I meant
Brody Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, I did mean, Bruiser Brody, but
yeah.
There's a lot of old matches out there with plenty of legends, great matches. Like you go back to an Ox Baker where people legit thought he killed a man in the ring.
Right.
The riot that ensued and his narrow escape,
and
it was fucking gold.
Right.
So to review that stuff here on YouTube, that would be fucking exceptionally in our wheelhouse.
Right.
And call the match as well.
And earlier on, Andre the Giant, when he was still mobile, and
yes,
if we could find some of that,
I would love to find some of that stuff.
Andre in his prime would be, he was kind of out of his prime when, during WrestleMania 1 and all that, because of his acromegalia, and his giantism.
No,
and he refused to take the medication for it,
or go through the surgery.
And surgeries, yes.
I had the pleasure this last few days to watch a lot of the wrestlers memorializing Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk.
Yes.
A lot of pain going on in the wrestling world.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's but I don't think I'm gonna focus on that. I think
I don't know.
There's a lot of good things ahead in the wrestling world, and in a lot of ways there is a lot of good in wrestling, although there is a lot of bad.
Yes.
But
yes. There's more good than there's bad. I think we kind of focus on the negative of it, but there's a lot of good going on in wrestling.
Yeah, we got Stone Cold KDR in the house. Howdy.
All right. Welcome.
I think what everyone can do is just remember the great things that they did for the wrestling world, what they did for the fans. And, and you look at a lot of these wrestlers, and I'm not talking about WWE guys because, that's in their contracts. They're not allowed to do too much on social media. Right. But you look at a lot of the guys from AEW, or you look at the guys from other promotions and indie shows, the YouTube channels that they're doing where they're showing all the fan signings, and they're doing the toy hunts, and they're bringing a light upon the wrestler behind the scenes that a lot of fans don't get to see, and I love that.
That's right.
So
like what Danhausen does.
Yes.
Danhausen, great. Really smart to bring him into AEW because he was really viral on YouTube. And, and different channels, and that guy is very, very humorous and very creative.
No, I started watching a lot of this recently, and like you've got Matt Cardona and
Yeah.
Myers, doing their bit
Oh,
on
Matt
YouTube.
Cardona. Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah.
and a lot of the fan involvement that they bring
Let
into it.
WWE letting him go is like, oh man, you know.
No, so memorializing them is one thing.
Right.
Staying focused on it is another, and
Right.
I think they gave us everything they could, especially guys like Terry Funk, Bray Wyatt. I know what it is like to be creative and have so much going on in your head when you are expressing that creativeness in whichever genre of media you do it in. It takes a lot out of a person. You see a lot of comedians, especially like suffering from depression and so on and so forth. It's I think it goes around a lot. The true masterminds within the world when it comes to creation, artists,
Right.
they suffer for it, and it's not easy for them. So when a wrestler pulls into your city, your town, fucking go out and support them. Go stand in line for an hour or two. Fucking get an autograph.
Right. Right.
Get to know the person
Or-
behind the scenes.
And also, if they have a social media channel to say, hey, caught your show, great stuff.
Exactly.
Even that helps out too.
Well, for years I listened to all the rumors about the guys in NWO, and yeah, they politicked and did their thing in the
Right.
wrestling world, but they did it for the betterment of themselves,
Right.
because they knew eventually they would not be wrestlers
Right.
anymore.
Right. But that happens in any business.
Exactly.
Any business where you have a group, where you have a roster, or
Meeting a guy
of
like
workers.
meeting a guy like Kevin Nash and realizing
Yeah.
he's a pretty fucking good and cool cat away from the wrestling business.
Yeah.
You know?
Very, very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Yeah.
When you listen to his podcast, very funny and very intelligent.
Exactly. Like, people got to experience the people behind the image that they see
They
on
have
their
the
television.
character, what they play, what they play on, they play in
There's
front of the camera, and then
I think there's
I mean, it's part of their personality, but it's just their personality hyped up to 10.
I think if I had to pick 4 wrestlers I would love to meet that I never had the opportunity to, I'd say Jake the Snake, obvious.
Yes.
Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th one, I think because he is such a big deal in Canada, it'd have to be Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Those would be my 4 and one of them I will never meet.
Right.
No, so it's it's something I want to do, and you get a lot of Comic Cons or shit coming around.
Right.
I know the last one they had in Toronto here in Canada, Kevin Nash was there, a bunch of other wrestlers. I'm hoping the next one that comes around, I want to be there, and I want to be able to, meet some of these wrestlers for a change.
Right. Oh yeah. What I would like to meet is Judge Mantell.
He's an interesting cat.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Dude.
And if I were to pick one wrestler or manager to argue with, you got to go with Cornette.
Cornette. Oh yeah.
Just to have a good fucking time.
Yes, and he would too.
Oh yeah. A little bad mouth and a little bit of
Yeah.
shots fired. I think the guy would have.
Shots fired. Yeah.
I think it'd be a cool.
The guy cut a promo on here, and he does that too. He was doing that for a while, where you gave, of course, you paid some money to cut a promo on you, and you get a video of him, and you do a video, a 5-minute. You pay for a 5-minute promo, and He'd videotape it for you using your name, whatever.
I
It'd be cool.
Yeah, I understand the hate for the guy. I do, at some level. I listen
But
to
he
him.
draws.
I listen to him and I laugh a lot because I know.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
I know a lot of it. He doesn't even fucking mean. He could care.
He knows he's getting a rise.
He could care less about the subject.
What do you think? Right.
Yeah, it's just he's gonna get his jabs in and get them barbs sticking.
And he knows that when he says something, it's gonna create it's gonna create views. He knows.
Well,
he's not down.
It's no different when a camera lands on Bob Backlund, Iron Sheik. These guys live their character.
Right.
That is the way they grew up in the business. You are that character when you are in the public. Right. When the camera's on, when the lights are on, you are that character. And a lot of them have continued it.
And what got the Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan got fired? Because they had a big feud going, and they got pulled over for cocaine, in a bar doing cocaine, And that just got them their push button. They're just destroyed everything that Vince and everybody put together for the feud. And look, it shows up that they got arrested together. Well, that was something back then.
My next goal, like I've got a lot of goals to meet this year, and that's probably getting out about 5 short stories and finishing my 3rd novel. Right. My goal this year is get my name out there in the indie world here in Ontario, and hopefully gain a spot as a commentary crew. And I don't give a shit if I got to help put up a ring, just to fucking be of service to them. Having a very good friend in the wrestling business that it had me peaked years ago. But now, I want to dip my toes in. I've always wanted to be a part of the wrestling world. Sadly, that didn't happen due to some idiot not being able to stay home when he was drinking. But, this I know I can do. And I know I got to tone it down. I've got to clean up my language when I do it. But, you can still be a gruff bitch. Yeah. Hell, fuck, if Jesse Ventura can sound like a fucking professional.
Right. Tell me I don't sound like a professional, B. Tell me.
So there's things I want to accomplish. And we all know, like, my health hasn't been the greatest, but I'm working on it constantly. Doctors are always wrong. That's something I've got to learn, like, just because they say something might happen, it doesn't mean it will.
Right.
And
you're always going to get worse. You're always going to get worst case scenario.
Yeah. And they put quite the fright on me, and it, with the shit that went down during COVID in my life, it took its toll. I broke, and I'm on.
A lot of people went through, went through that, mentally, with the pandemic.
But I'm on that climb back up that hill. I feel better every day. And there's days where I've talked to you about it, I'm down. All it takes is that one person in your life, and just by me saying that, a lot of people understand what I'm talking about. It takes that one person to make you spiral down. But it's learning. It's learning to find that ground.
And learn not to let them have that power over you.
Well, and once you start spiraling, though,
it's hard. I know.
It's realizing that you're already standing on your own 2 feet. You can't go any lower.
No.
You are on your feet. Stand the fuck up.
Right.
And I'm learning that every day. I've got great help. My kids are fucking awesome.
Right.
And I know I'm getting personal here with you folks.
That is family.
Yeah.
If you didn't have family, you know, it'd
Yeah.
be worse.
Oh, it would be, you know, and
Oh yeah.
I'm not, me and you, me and anyone in the chat, we're talking, I'm good with it. And I'm pretty quiet on like Skype to begin with. It's like I'll answer questions, I'll get involved, I do the storylines. I'm not very vocal, and I'm like that in the real world as well.
I'll send you a picture of a lemon party just so see if you're breathing.
But it's difficult for me to be very outspoken. You know, it's something I'm working on. But when a question's asked, or if they need my help, I try to be there. You know, but yeah, I've got a lot of plans this year, and with the YouTube, that's always going to be there for me. Even if it's once a week, we're going to make sure there's so much story packed behind as much as we can do, that the shows make sense. They run congruent with each other. They're exciting. They're playful. They're funny. You know, it's
shout out to the AI lately. It's actually been spot on.
Oh my God!
Matches, yes, with the Hell in a Cell matches.
Jesus.
They worked, you know, with the multi. Yeah, I was, you know, we were kind of worried in the past with the Hell in a Cell doing a multi, you know, more than two people.
Okay, here's the thing with the Fred Starr, Angry Viking, and Yeti match. I tested it out three times in play mode.
Yeah.
I think the longest one was maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fred Starr,
because, you know, because with this.
Fred Starr won every single practice match I ran.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? So it's like, wow, guaranteed there's no way that follows through in in universe mode.
Right.
On top of that, it'll probably be fucking short and,
you know, because it's a submission match.
Yeah, and the entertainment value is just not going to be there. To have them fight up on top of the cell for as long as they did.
Climb up top on the way they did. How many times did Yeti fall off and climb back up?
Oh my God, no shit. The AI's been working exceptionally.
Then at the end, I like the end because the end is perfect for a storyline, because with I was still beating up on people before, yeah.
So
before you submitted.
And
sorry, you bitch.
To see like the newcomers coming in, and I'm going to use Eddie Victor as a reference.
Right.
He's had 2 matches thus far. He's won both.
Right.
You know, that is good to see.
Right.
Devereaux, he had an exceptional match against Eddie Victor. He lost, but it was a great match. Like the AI is, I don't know what they did with the AI, and I've also reset them back to default.
Yeah, and that's what I've always done. I've had
and that's
I messed around in the past, and I didn't like how the game was going to that. And I just set it back to default. It seems like it's always run smoother for me.
Now, then there's the flip side. There's AEW Fight Forever. That the fight seems to be over. You know,
I know they do. I know they had a patch, but I don't know what it's going to do.
Well, okay, yeah, but they were bringing in this live Stadium Stampede bit, weren't they?
Yeah. I think that's what that download was. I haven't even updated it.
Their live versus matches don't even work out.
No.
Like you're fighting someone else, and it's terrible. Like either you lose, you know, it just stalls out, or you know, you pin a guy 3 times, but the match continues. He pins you once, it's over.
Right.
Like there's those glitches there. Like, and they expect Stadium Stampede to work with how many fucking players?
Oh no way! And I'm not a fan of the match, anyways.
No, like I'm sure there's a lot of people that would have fun with it if it works. But isn't there more that they could have done with the game to make it better?
Yeah. Yes. Instead of as that gimmick match, I always thought it was stupid.
It is. It is very stupid. Like I've watched, I think, one or two of them that they've had.
When
And
I heard the concept of it, I go, oh my god.
You know, it's everything. For one, some of the shit that was done, Matt Hardy suffering that major concussion there when he was like, one, it's stupid because you're putting your body at risk even more than you need to.
Right.
But for
Yeah,
the game itself, you're gonna see a lot of guys do what they do in Fortnite. They run away.
Yes.
You know, if I were to do something like that, I'd have a cap on the amount of people, and
right.
I'd want to be fighting. You know.
Yeah.
But he's gonna jump on a skateboard, and what? They're gonna make golf carts a fucking thing in there now too.
I think they did have part of. They probably put that in there because that was in the original.
Yeah, you know,
in the match.
Give me a universe mode. Give me a proper creation mode, where I can make wrestlers look different from each other than five faces that everyone looks like they're related. I'm sorry, I don't want to play a game based on the Bloodyard family.
Right. Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Hey, how many people make their wrestlers look like you?
You incestuous son of a bitch.
Hey, don't worry. You can keep Burger. When I retire, you can keep Burger.
No, but
I do have interesting. I do have some interesting plans for Burger coming up in 2K24 when that is released. It's gonna be interesting. You're not gonna get rid of the Booger.
I don't know yet if I'm gonna get 2K24. You know, yes, we can run matches a lot better than we did in 22 and 20.
Right.
It's more playable for what we do. But
I was disappointed with the universe mode for 2K23.
Do I think they're going to do something big enough in 24 to make me want to buy it?
Right.
They gave us they gave us the double hellness or the double cell this time. What is it called again?
War Games.
War Games. They gave us War Games, but was it worth it in the end?
It doesn't. No.
You know, AEW Countdown to London is on YouTube. Mode. What was that?
Yeah, if they have a better universe mode.
Yeah. You know, so I'm apprehensive of getting 24 because one, there's another $130 out of my pocket.
You just got everything.
And yeah, Canada's fucked up with their prices. You know, and then there's the months of recreating wrestlers.
Yes.
Is it worth it in the end unless it's something that they're giving out that's going to be worthy?
Like universe mode working like it did in 2K19 where you could do the run-ins.
Yeah.
You know,
special guest referees, simple things that they can do.
Right.
You know, I would love to start seeing it happen.
That's what kind of killed universe mode. I know they got the cutscenes, but it's hard to program those in to do right. And I said they had the run-ins in it. I said I don't know why they wanted to mess with that. You know.
And we've got some great wrestlers coming into the RWO right now, and I've had the pleasure of creating some of them for some of the people. But those that they've put the hard work in, trying to recreate that every year, and it's like the simplest little thing that they give you. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. I would rather see them take 5 years off of bringing us a yearly game. Much like GTA, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Bring us a game so in depth, so in tune with what the fans love doing with these games, that it revives and rekindles our love of the wrestling games.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know,
I just think it's going to take an indie, you know,
Well,
company to do that.
AEW had the opportunity.
Yeah.
They fucked their fucking.
You should have just went off, and said sign up with AEW. Should have just made the independent wrestling game like they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because that's. But you have Tony Khan money. Funding go. Funding it. So.
Well, letting the wrestlers be a big part of the creation, I think, was a big mistake as well.
Yeah, that's probably what hindered him. I mean, behind the scenes, Ukes would probably say, "No, this was a mistake," Yeah.
No, so but anything that you'd like to discuss there, my brother?
Well, so I'm going to be doing on my show I said probably next month will be Baldur's Gate. So that's not gonna. It's gonna be outside the wrestling realm, which is I'm a big D&D fan, and I've been looking at the game, and I had to have it purchased. So I'm gonna be doing some run-throughs on that game. It's open world. Next one's gonna be Starfield, which is another big open world, and it's a space game, space RPG. And so I'm gonna show you some different. Gaming experience that I like to do. So, of course, I'll be doing wrestling, but I want to show you outside the genre some of my different interests and have fun with the games that I'm playing.
I enjoyed it when you were showing Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk! Oh, yeah, that's another one.
That's actually a game I should probably get myself because I actually enjoyed the play that you were doing. And you were just fucking around.
It is a fun game. Yeah, that's right. That's what I like to do. When I first get a game, because I want to learn the mechanics.
Yeah.
Before I get to the main storylines, and it's open world, I'll explore. I'll just do dumb shit just to see, how the controls react on that before I go and do the serious gameplay. Because you get that learning curve out of the way, and you go straight on and into the actual gameplay, and you gotta get a little longer gameplay. And with Cyberpunk 2077, they got a new download content as Phantom Liberty, so that continues on the story from you left off with your character V.
Okay.
And so you'll love that. And also, they have a patch for it. I bet it fixes the game. When that game launched, it was glitchy. People were asking for the refunds. It was a big controversy. And over the past 3-4 years since they released the game, they've actually fixed the game. They didn't abandon it and say, "Oh, you're out $70." They've actually upgraded the game. It actually plays a lot better than it plays excellent now.
That's good.
They won back a lot of the fans that they lost. So that, to me, with CD Projekt Red, that company, they stuck with it,
And it's good when they know they fucked up. When they know they fucked up actually fix the game.
Yeah, and they apologized. I was reading the whole thing, apologized, and they've gotten their. They ruined their name for a while, but they worked out and got the reputation back.
How's it going, Andrew Roberts?
Yes, and gave them a working game.
Yeah.
It gave us a great game. And this last download, this last patch, they've done actually improved the game even more. So you're getting, so I like that.
The new game that I'm hoping eventually comes out in like a year or two is GTA 6.
Oh yeah.
I got into playing the game because of my son.
Yeah.
I kind of walked away from all gameplay except for wrestling. And I even stopped playing that. And I just started doing what we do here on YouTube and doing AI versus AI. So my gameplay has gone to shit.
Use it or lose it.
Oh yeah, so like in the past here on the channel, I've attempted. Oh fucking hell! The war games.
Ark was one with you.
Yeah, Ark I enjoyed.
Ark, you did Ark. You and Ben were like, Ben was like trying to do something with you unnatural in the cave.
I actually enjoyed Ark. I enjoyed. I don't know if I did any
Yeah.
gameplay with Conan. I enjoyed, but Conan ended up
Right.
being so broken. Yeah, but I've got to be with the right people to play games like that. If they're like on there to like me and Ben, when we're in a game together, we're there to have fun
Right.
and enjoy ourselves and fuck around.
Well, if you do Conan with Conan, you do with Riff and that crew. Oh, yeah, they're excellent.
But
Anyway.
you know, I want to get back into some other gameplay eventually.
Right.
But for now, it's like
You-
my focus is on so
Yeah.
many different things.
Right.
2 shows a week, this and RWO. I think that's for now. I think
Right.
that's good enough. And our
Right.
what we do here on YouTube together, 2 guys, 1 dumpster.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
improve.
Yes.
You know,
We're getting there. We're working out the
kinks.
glitches and the.
I'll tell people right now, we're never going to report rumors here in the wrestling world.
No.
That's never going to
Oh
happen.
no.
I want to stay away from that because a lot of it's bullshit. Um,
Yeah.
you know, like
It's just
me and
to
you.
drive it.
How long
drive
me and
dirt-
you talked
drive the
about?
dirt sheet.
Yeah, how long have me and you been talking about the Billy Gunn thing? Everyone thought he was retired. No, there's no way
No.
he retired like that. It was a storyline, and look what happened.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Of
so
course it is.
so
Because I think because there would have been a bigger thing afterwards, like a scrum,
Oh,
Tony
yeah.
Khan.
yeah.
You thinking it? Yeah. It was like that, and Edge just. I think he'll be back. I think he just said it would be his last for Toronto.
Yeah, and a lot of
Yeah,
the
that's-
shit you
If
hear.
you look what he said, and I think we last time so he's doing his last run in WWE, so that was his last house show you're gonna see him in
Yeah.
Canada in front of the fans.
He
And I
did
think
not
that's what
say
he's
it was the
talking
last
about.
ring he would ever be in.
No, he said it was the last time you see me live here in Canada.
Yeah.
His last match. It wasn't his last match though, and even I showed you a little interview. I gave you that.
Yeah.
Where he said he's sitting enjoying coffee and he's just gonna enjoy what's gonna happen next.
Yep.
You know.
And then
Yeah.
there's all the shit talk about CM Punk. Now, I've expressed this many times. I'm not a huge CM Punk fan,
No.
but if he is the guy that everyone is like, because you've heard it, he's been leading the locker room meetings.
Right.
Those that are
Right.
like fully on Collision, he's the one leading the locker room
Right.
meetings. He's the one expressing if things are going too far. No, it's not happening.
Right.
You take that shit over to Dynamite because here we're
Right.
running things proper.
Yeah, we're grown. As they say, we're grown. We're adults.
Yeah, and then you hear the flip side. Oh, the locker room is in shambles and everybody's
it's
hating it. Well, okay, I don't believe that at all.
No.
I don't. So
I mean-
I think it's a lot of dirt sheet bullshit, and so I don't want to get involved in that.
And, no, and I do believe it's stuff they let the count to drive up, heat, and sometimes I think they're just throwing the dirt sheets like Meltzer and that just to
Yeah.
get him. Yeah.
Well, if I was in their
Let's- yeah, let's-
position, a guy like Meltzer, I would be, man, I'd be working that some bitch as much as I
And
could.
a lot of time, I think a lot of time they are.
Yeah.
And he doesn't realize it. You know.
No. But tomorrow, All In, some big matches going down.
Yes.
I will be
Right.
watching it. And I do believe I think I'm gonna do a review on All In.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to be a part of that ends up watching it,
Okay.
join me here on Skype and I'll bring you in.
Okay.
And I don't think I'll have everyone's video because I see
Yeah.
I see yours is freezing up a lot tonight.
Yeah, it could be just on my internet on my end.
Yeah.
Because I've been experiencing that. So.
One thing I can assure those that are watching, though, there will be guest appearances coming from people that are involved with RWO. me and Yeti are going to work on some things for interviews, and they're probably going to be like 10, 15-minute segments.
Right.
And it could probably be done off air, but I prefer it to be live. I don't want to just add a recording and
Right.
that's it.
Right.
You know, so if anyone wants to get involved in that, you got to make sure you let us know that. There's plenty out there that have been on YouTube expressing themselves and, you know, whatever character they're playing. So get involved and be ready, because we're not going to be your typical interviewers. We're going to make sure it's fun, and we're going to make sure that if you want to be interviewed as your character, you are going to have to step into that role.
No, you're going to get baptized by Yeti.
And believe me, it's not pleasant. I was baptized once by Yeti. It changed me in ways I don't even want to express.
I know. I know. Now you're doing a show with me. Look at that.
I've got a coccyx that's longer than it should be.
Yes. And the ladies will thank you for that.
Yes. Well,
sorry, Troy.
You know, the shit that was poured on top of me for this baptism, I don't want to experience ever again. I want to.
I hope Fred's enjoying. I hope Fred starts enjoying that, Bill.
I was hoping Fred would come to the chat. He wanted to know what.
It is.
So I'll have to explain what this 7 Circles of Hell is, or Steel.
Steel.
We'll have to explain.
I combine Circle of Steel because that's a tie back to, your writing.
Yeah. Okay, so folks, managers will be coming back into play in RWO. We've never had real managers in play before. We're going to be bringing that involved.
So for $14.99 a month,
yes,
I can be your manager.
Yeah, well, our services are cheap, but
not mine.
We make sure you get more for the load we're going to be delivering.
Right. you want to be represented by the Wild Idea? Oh, yeah.
Well, no, it will not be me as a manager or my character as a manager. It will not be Yeti. It will be characters that are created in the game, and they will be accompanying their clients down to ringside. We're going to have fun with it. I want to... do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Except for you guys can go suck off. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to thank each and every one of you guys for joining us here tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed the banter, what we've done, and we're going to start bringing you some different shit, especially reviewing matches live here, old school matches, and
old school for the old fools.
We're going to... There's one guy I really want to do an interview with here, and that is Bill Haight, but this time I want him stepping in the role because I know he can play it well. I know he knows that character inside and out. I think he's going to be perhaps one of the best interviewees that we can do, and I want him to be the first of many interviews that we do.
Right, yes.
Because I know with the way I will look upon it, he's going to fall right into line, and it could be something pretty damn fucking good.
Yes.
So, with that...
As that little role-playing.
Yes. Yeah. With that, I want to thank everyone. Hope you all have a great fucking night. If you got a lady next to you, make sure you hold her tight and feed it to her good. But for now...
That's something I can feed you.
For now, this is me, the Angry Viking, also known as Pete Wall. He is...
And Wild-Eyed Yeti. Wild-Eyed Yeti. And don't forget, if you want to check me out the Underground Circus. Channel. I stream. Have a fucking good night.
Have a great night. Always get ready, because we're going to be just around the corner, feeding it to you good.